Welcome, 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 Urban Times family, to our first inaugural show, Urban Times Today. I'm your host, CAREY DIGSY, editor of Urban Times magazine. It's been a journey. It's been a long time coming. Hey, we're here. Bright lights of TV. So hey, thank you for joining us today. To my left is the boss diva herself, a phenomenal writer. Oh, all the way to the left, TAWANDA Blake. What's going on, sis? How you doing?
I'm well, thank you.
Thank you for joining us today. Thank you. You've been on the journey as well, so you know, hey, bringing your unique style and flavor to the writings of and the pieces of Urban Times. So hey, thank you for joining us. All right. Hey, without further ado, definitely want to talk to you guys about a phenomenal artist that's here in the QC. On our first show, I couldn't think of anybody else I could have to bring in this type of show than one of the first artists we had in our magazine. He's doing a lot of good things here in the QC area. Actually just did a phenomenal project with Danny Glover himself. So without further ado, I want to definitely introduce you to Marcus Dictator Pacer.
Hello world, I'm honored to be a part of this new journey right here for Urban Times, the whole umbrella right here, Urban Times Today. I commend you, congratulate you both.
Thank you.
Thanks, bro.
I appreciate
Thank you.
it.
Definitely appreciate it. And I definitely want to tell everybody about you. Again, I remember years back when we first showcased your works. I mean, you're definitely known in the hip hop realm. You, like I say, you're doing a lot of phenomenal projects. And I've always heard you coin that phrase, it's a movement. So I definitely want you to explain to our readers, our Urban Times family, what all that is about.
Well, pretty much my slogan is it's more than music, it's a movement. So pretty much it's more than music, meaning there's no limitations to what we can accomplish, our success, what we put our mind to. Anything is possible. That's the energy that we're trying to bring to the next generation, to lead by example, that no need to be followers, let's be leaders. But let's put out positive energy instead of negative. So that's where I'm coming with, it's more than music, it's a movement, the whole brand. So yeah, the more positive energy we put out there, the more it'll come back. So that's pretty much my whole formula, you know.
There you go. That's
With
what's
the
up.
quotation.
Yeah.
That's pretty smooth right there. You see how you did? He said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Little Terminator.
Definitely.
Terminator.
And again, I definitely appreciate that, because one of the things, you know, with our magazine, one of the highlights we've always been a part of is showing the positive side of media rather than negative. So many times we see in media how things are happening in our life, things are happening, you know, just right down the street, things are happening in regards to entertainment, that we're actually gearing that toward our kids. But it's interesting when you get an artist such as yourself that's bringing that positive vibe to what's going on here in QC and outside of the QC. And it's interesting because I even mentioned not too long ago about your involvement with Danny Glover on our most recent project. Talk to us about that.
Well, I was honored to be a part of Danny Glover's, they had the premiere on Hallmark Movie Channel. It's called Shuffleton's Barbershop. You can look up Hallmark Movie Channel and look up the guide. It's still playing. Shuffleton's Barbershop, you know, featuring Danny Glover. It was an amazing experience. It was a challenging experience, but it really brought me to the point where, like, as an artist, as a position, the position that I'm in right now, I'm ready to get to the next level. And Danny Glover, to meet him and to work with him for like a month's time was like another granddad, you know, another mentor added on to the family to lead the next generation, which is myself compared to him, you know. So I learned the whole film industry, behind the scenes, the whole nine. You know, I was a production assistant and the extra for the whole feature. So pretty much, you know, I have like maybe 3 years of experience so far in the film industry. So pretty much I'm trying to broaden my entertainment, not just music. It's more than music.
That's what's up.
Now, how did they select you for that? Was it a contest? Did you write in, or?
Just grind, you know, connects, networking. So, you know, I get mainly all of my connects through, you know, just out here performing, you know, appearing different places, you know. Just put my name out there.
So then they selected you.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
Danny Glover.
Right.
Selected him.
Okay, now how does one
Well,
do that?
actually, I would like to give a shout out to Bruce Clark. He was pretty much the production coordinator, and I worked real tight with him. He was actually the music producer and director for one of my videos, State of Mind.
Okay.
So that's State of Mind featuring Trier. So pretty much we just kept on networking, and then he gave me a call. He said, "Hey, you down for this? What's your schedule looking like for this?" Psh, no question.
Definitely.
I'm there. You know.
That's talent.
I appreciate you.
That's an opportunity right there too. So you
Exactly.
definitely jumped on it. So that's good. That's good.
Exactly.
That's good. Well, with that being said too, so you're going into the film realm, but then we definitely got to talk about the area of hip hop, which everybody knows you about.
Okay.
So talk to us about hip hop. I mean, because I remember listening to several tracks back in the day, especially on Power 98, and I'm like, damn, who's that? And then got a chance to talk to Dana Sidbury and find out who was the man behind all this, and then, hey, which actually leads us to here right now.
Shout out to Motivation Marketing.
Motivation Marketing, hey. Dana Sidbury. Real quick. Yeah, just a little plug. So, but yeah, I mean, definitely, again, just listening to those tracks and listening to the vibe and the energy that was behind it, I had to find out who that was, and then again, we was fortunate enough to connect and, like you said, network, and one thing leads to another. Tell us, I mean, with your realm of hip hop, I mean, how is that going right now?
It's going good. You know, as KOC Records, we've been a business for next year is going to be 10 years.
Oh, wow.
You know, right out of high school, me and my mother went downtown, got business license, the whole nine. She was the CEO before I'm the CEO now. You know, so pretty much she just passed everything down to me. I'm CEO of everything, and pretty much I'm no manager, no nothing. You know, I'm doing it the whole nine by myself. You know, I've learned hands-on with from Master P. You know, just a mogul himself with the all the accomplishments that he's done, and I was just blown out of my mind to see all the things that he does and how hands-on he is. And I just basically took that experience, sat back, watched the hip-hop realm, and saw what the industry needed. You know, and that was mainly a positive energy, but I had to find myself before I came up with that answer. So basically, I took off 2 years, came back, rebirthed KOC Records, Kingdom of Change. You know, cut my hair, I had braids. So cut my hair, the whole nine. So, you know, my main thing is to bring something that the hip hop industry needs, and that's pretty much positive energy, and something for the next generation to look forward to. Like, okay, yeah, he cool. He not a gangbanger. He not this, that, and he cool. And I can fit in different markets and still be myself. That's what the demanding thing is as well. So.
With Master P being your inspiration, because, you know, I mentioned that you sound more like Magic. That's my opinion.
R.I.P.
But,
Magic.
you know, and we know that you're performing. Do you think that you will have that empire with other artists, managing other artists under you?
Of course. Of course. That's the plan. It's going down. It's going down.
And retire.
Not even retire. You know, maybe an executive with the desk, my feet kicked back. You know, just making little powerful moves.
Polka dot socks.
That's it. You know. You know, we had a little discussion about that before.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. She's not down with the Kwame. You know, times have changed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get me some leg warmers.
Oh my goodness.
But, you know, I mean, with that, you know, that's pretty big with you being your age, that you have that mindset that you want to have an empire, and you start 10 years. That's longevity, and not a lot of people can say that.
Yeah.
So that's very impressive.
Definitely true, definitely true. And that almost is akin to a lot of individuals, like you mentioned, as far as Master P. I'm sure he was a big influence to you and the movement that you created here in the QC area. Do you still keep in contact with him?
Of course. He's my mentor. You know, I call him every time I have a question, a problem, anything. You know, I develop relationships around his core people that's around him 24/7. So it's like it's family. We're family. We're always gonna look out for each other, and you know the stars connect. You know, I feel like he's mainly looking at me as, okay, he has his own brand, his own mind. I came to him young. You know, I was 19 years old when I came to him. I lived with him for like a month. You know, just recording, doing different things. I was on the Repo soundtrack with Michael Blackson. I was featured on that soundtrack as well. So you know, we have a relationship. So you know, it's sky's the limit. Sky's the limit with everything. But pretty much, I just wanted to build my own brand and solidify my own things. You know, but it's definitely an advantage that I have to actually see that for myself and actually have that in my pocket to pull out whenever I need to. And I have utmost respect for him. You know, he's taught me a lot of things soaked in to my swag as far as business savviness, and I still have a lot more, you know, to learn. You know what I'm saying? So it's still, I'm still in the growing process, and the main thing he keeps on teaching me is patience. Right. Never quit, patience. And I read his book, Guaranteed Success, and pretty much, you know, I thought that I was further than I was, but I was still in the cocoon stage. Wow. So once I figured out where I was, I knew exactly what I needed to do to get to where I needed to go. So that was a groundbreaking time in my life.
Now, with him being your direct mentor, because you don't get that, I mean, again, you're heavily connected, and a lot of artists don't have that opportunity. And how did you get put in that position to begin with at the age of 19?
Well, I did. I was in a group before I was a solo artist. Group called New World. We went on some tour dates with No Limit All Stars, and you know that's the first time I met Master P and the whole camp. And pretty much, you know, I veered off and started building my own brand, the KOC brand. And pretty much, my first album that I released was Shut It Down. It was titled Shut It Down. You can go look it up, Google it. But I gave him Shut It Down, and he liked the direction that I was going as a young artist out here, because back then I was producing, recording, doing the whole nine by myself, because I did not have the money to do it. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, I might as well do it all myself, but he liked it. You know, that's exactly where he came from. So I think he saw a little bit of himself in me. You know, so later on, I did one of my remixes on the album with Crazy from the 504 Boys. So, you know, Crazy just called me one day and was like, hey, when you want to go to P just connected me with this new label that he's doing, Gutter Music. When you gonna be ready to fly out to Cali?
Wow.
I said tomorrow. No thinking, tomorrow. Out. And got that groundbreaking experience in my life, and you know, here we are now, still growing, still molding.
So you just went for the gusto.
Go for it.
Right.
Go for it. No fear.
Right.
No fear.
That's incredible. That's really incredible. Well, and with you having such a connection with Master P and him as a mentor, and of course everybody knows his background, everybody knows how he started from the bottom and how he grinded and all his, pretty much his pairings with certain individuals in order to build his empire. If you had someone right now that you could pair up with to come out with a collab that is just phenomenal, who would it be?
I would say
KK?
Mr. Urban Tymes himself.
All right. Be on the lookout for the collaboration between your time. Yeah.
But I would say somebody totally different. I would say Pitbull.
Okay.
You know, because you know he has a big following, a big market behind him, and pretty much he's killing the pop charts right now.
He is.
And I feel like, you know, that would be something out of this world right here. You know, that'll broaden both of our demographics. You know, he don't need any more broaden, but it brought my demographic.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. So that'll be a powerful collab.
And that's kind of unique, because most people, you know, when I do the interviews, they say Kendrick Lamar. So
Pitbull, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, Pitbull making the money. He making the money. Yeah.
So it's all about the residuals.
It's not all about the residuals. He started as something urban as well. You know, I started as something urban. I changed my whole style of music. He's done the same thing. He's molded into the person that he is right now. It's not just a situation where he just saying, I'm gonna just make this because this is most of the money right here. He just started out feeling comfortable with his style of music, and then that became the music.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So I respect him for that alone.
And then with hip hop today, I mean, do you think that you're creating a new mainstream?
I feel so. I feel so. I feel that way. Exactly. A new sound, a new energy, a whole new formula, a whole new way of doing things. You know, we're going into the mobile app world right now as far as technology, and pretty much we are the first movement to go mobile. I have my own mobile app. It's on Google Play. For the Androids that's out there, you can download it. Just search DIKTATOR Dictator, and for the iPhones, the iPads, just go to www.dictatораpp.com, and you have pretty much the whole brand on your phone. Music, bio, pictures. I have my Instagram synced to my app to the point where people that's not even on Instagram can look at my every move through my app. So far we have over 1,000 mobile active users on my app so far.
So would this be better than Reverb Nation?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. It's basically giving the independents a major advantage. Like, the more this grows, this can become our distributor. This can become our record company. This can become our business.
Middleman out.
Cut it all the way out.
Right.
Yeah. You're right. Check you out. Boss lady right here.
Balls lady. I told you, just sit back and allow the investigative research. Yeah. Definitely.
Oh my goodness.
No, but I mean, and it's so synonymous with what you're saying as far as your slogan. I mean, it runs parallel with that. And I think, you know, with independent artists today, it's very important for them to have that creative edge, that creative niche. And it seems like that's what you're doing right now, from, you know, film, music, and now technology. I mean, it seems like you're in the direction
Of a new mainstream.
Exactly.
I appreciate you.
So it makes you even question, hey, what's next then? Okay, you've done music, you're doing film, you're broadening your horizons, now you're getting into technology. What's next for Dictator?
God knows the answer.
All right.
God knows the answer. He's the reason for all of this. You know, I couldn't have planned any of this out. You know, it's like he basically put certain people, us together, and just molds us. And once the stars align, you already know, okay, that's why this happened. That's why this happened. You appreciate it down the line. So, you know, right now we're working on Bridging the Gap Worldwide, a complementary project to our last iTunes release called Bridging the Gap, featuring myself, Dictator, and Trarius, R&B, Carolina's finest R&B. You know, shout out to him. And pretty much this new Bridging the Gap Worldwide is pretty much a pop and electronic based sound. So pretty much we have a producers from France, DJs from Europe that mixed our singles. We're coming out with a single this summer called Models. So it's something that's gonna hit the charts. You know, we're trying to get there. We're trying to get there.
Yeah.
Do you have any current films or anything else that you're working on, or something in the near future that you're going to do, new projects?
Yeah, well, I'm basically stuck in the studio right now. You know, I'm working on 2 different projects right now in the studio. One pretty much the Bridging the Gap Worldwide, and Out of My Element. You know, Out of My Element, the whole vision of that is to get outside of the hip hop, you know, the hip hop world, to basically put myself in a certain unique pocket. You know, my whole flow has always been melodic, you know, edgy melodic, and it's bridging out to a little bluesish, rock and roll type of sound, and it's very unique. I'm very excited, and you know, just my core people is just they just can't wait, because everybody that's listening to this new sound, they just can't believe it. They can't even if they didn't know what track or who that was, they couldn't even tell you if it was me or not. So it's a whole nother person.
Genre would that go under? I mean, because you're not, again, a new mainstream. So with it having so many levels to it, because it's just not, you know, your regular hip hop, like you said, it's more levels to that. What genre would that be in?
Well, if they could put it in the genre, it would probably be alternative.
Alternative. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool beans.
Yeah, it is. So do you think with you going into that particular genre that it will allow you a greater influence worldwide?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. It needs to be done for the Charlotte market. You know, Carolina, regardless. You know, we need something to shake things up a little bit, because I feel like our people has gotten stagnant into the way things are ran, and we need something to bust through and to do something different. Let's do something different for a change. You know, let's do something different.
Definitely. Well, it's interesting because I was listening to Ed Lover the other day, and he had mentioned there's always a unique sound
Yeah.
in any region that you go to. Everybody knows about the sound that comes out of New York. Everybody knows the sound that comes out of the West Side, Cali. Everybody knows the sounds that comes out of the down bottom area. But one of the things that we have to question is, what is the QC sound? So if you had to sum it up, is there a unique sound for that person, that artist that ushers it in?
You know, a lot of industry execs say that we don't have a distinct sound, and you know, a lot of that happens because of, you know, a lot of our people, you know, are mainly following what the mainstream is doing, and not really doing what's in their heart and soul. You know what I'm saying? So that's mainly where the problem arises from. So that's pretty much why I came up with, you know, I'm gonna just link up with the same people with my same state of mind, my grind, my same uniqueness. You know, hooking up with poets, rappers, R&B artists that have their own unique sound, so that we can build that network that's lacking right here in the Carolinas. So I feel like our sound is mainly it's very different. It's no words for it. No words for it. It's just more people have to get exposed to it.
Well, could you tell us about your moniker? Your name?
My name?
Dictator.
Dictator.
Payzor.
Oh well, well, you know, Dictator is my artist name.
Right.
So you know, I feel like, you know, I was in German immersion elementary school. So pretty German immersion. So I was basically taught social, you know, U.S. history, everything, you know, science, the whole nine in German, and my elective was English. So I learned a lot about Hitler, you know, and that was kind of stuck in my head. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna go home, look in the dictionary, let me see the real definition of dictator, because I'm just getting a whole bunch of negative energy from it, just from the Holocaust and the whole history behind that and Berlin Wall. So I looked at it and I was like, okay, authority, I like that. Power, I like that. Okay, let me put the positive spin on it.
Wow.
So you said, what was that school?
Bruns Academy.
Okay.
Bruns Academy. You try about to start digging. Look.
Well, you know, you do poetry. Did you do that in high school or?
Well, poetry is all in hip hop anyway. You know, it originated from it. So, you know, the kind of poetry I do is pretty much life lessons learned from myself that I post on social media and stuff like that. Anything that I learn as my days go on, I'll translate it to the point where it can help somebody else's in their problems.
That's good. That's real good.
Appreciate you.
If you had an up-and-coming artist that needed a mentor, and they came in contact with you, and it was like, you know, I want to be part of this. I want to be part of this hip hop, because anybody who gets into hip hop, they've got to understand that it's a legacy.
Yeah.
You know, from when it originated and started on the corners up in Queens and Harlem to now where it is now. And like you had mentioned, it's a worldwide movement.
Yeah.
But if you had a young individual to come to you and they just say, you know, I want to get involved in this. I've got that flow. I can do 16 bars. You know, I just got it. You know, what do I need to do to get in it? How would you school them? What would you tell them?
I say keep God first. Keep your family close. Always respect everybody. You know, give everybody respect. You know, they may not give you that back, but at the end of the day, that's what they're going to remember you as, regardless. That's first and foremost. You know, I would say, you know, stay close to the community. You know, help people out, which we do as well, and grind nonstop.
What all do you do in the community?
Well, this year will be our 3rd anniversary of our community cookout, and so pretty much we block off the whole Double Oaks area, and we put the grill up, DJ, the whole 9. So we go out there and party, and that's just my way of giving back to my movement.
So, well, man, I want to thank you definitely for joining us, because I mean, I'm telling you, it's been an honor. I mean, again, I remember from back when we first started, to now you coming to our first one. So, hey, like you said, the stars must have been aligned.
Exactly.
So definitely want to appreciate you.
It's mint right here.
It was mint right here.
Look, oh, you put it on me.
So, hey, we want to thank y'all for joining us for this first inaugural show, Urban Times Today. Definitely stay tuned. Our next show next week is definitely going to bring the soothing sounds of that country crooner, Jerry Adams. Hey, we'll catch you next time, Urban Times family. It's myself, CAREY DIGSY, Diva, Tawanda Blake. We'll see you next time.